live. This factory is going to do some scouting. If we look on the mini-map, we do see, though, a lot of purple moving down to the southeast, and the scan does denote a little attack, and let's see how fast these Colossus do go down. We do have Templar, though, keeping this army of mana alive. One Colossus, stop doing that, Mouz. One Colossus goes down, two goes down, and these Vikings in mass numbers are doing a lot of damage, but the ground army of Strelok is almost dead, except for these Vikings now have decided to land, and they are now in the ground army, and Strelok is in a good position. He is going to move out and going to try and take this expansion, saying, wait, what? Says Mana. I don't know what he means. He is losing his base. Mana is not looking to be in a very comfortable position. He is losing his second. And, just reinforcements coming in. This could be game. If I didn't know this was a longer game, I'd say this would probably be game. Just nothing but Zealots now. 4 mana. No Colossi. Nothing. Mana is going to be out of this game. He did lose his second. The third is completed, but nobody is down there. And this Strelok is looking really good. I don't see how this could be a 45-minute game, but that's a lot of Zealots. And the Templar did do some good damage there. One Colossus is out, but I think it could be picked off quite easily if these Vikings can catch up to it. And the third is down. I don't see how Mana could come back from this, especially if this third goes down. But if he can save this third, then he might be okay. Wow, that is a lot of Zealots, and that charge is such a good upgrade. But we don't have any upgrades for the ground weapons. Meanwhile, Medevac is coming to do some harassment in the base of Mana. Probes being transferred down to the gold, and this factory will see that, though. Strelok is going to snipe a pylon and is going to push out with some more Marines and Marauders. And here go Marauders in the main of Mana. Mana is being taken down one probe at a time. These probes are attacking the Marauders. Zealots coming in with their charge. Medevac's healing the Marauders. And then we have lots of Zealots here at the Xel'Naga Tower. The power of the Zealots. Zealots great against Marauders. Even though they have concussive shells, Zealots do have charge. That is not even right there. Those Marauders are going to have to run away, but these Zealots are going to clean up here. If we go to the unit station, it looks like we have 34 probes versus 50,000 SCVs. Strelok is at a great advantage right now. Strelok, I want you to put down a fourth right now. Please put down a fourth. Put down a fourth. Please put down a fourth. You're in a great lead. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it by continuing to attack. Just take your advantage and put down a fourth. It looks like Strelok is going to rally his troops to this Xel'Naga Tower, and Mana is going to press, even in his disadvantage, is going to go up with his Marines, with his Zealots, is going to try and kill these Marauders. And Storm playing a very key role in this battle. And, stimming, and Medevac's are keeping these Marauders alive, but the Marauders are in great number, although I don't think there are enough Storms to take out these Marauders. Marauders are very good against Storm, and these Zealots are, I think that Mana is just kind of desperate right now. He lost one base, he knows he's down by a base, and he needs to do as much damage as possible. These Zealots are going to go into the mineral line of, they're going to go to the mineral line of Strelok. They're going to take out the SCVs, they're going to kill them. And these Marauders are managing to stay alive. If you look at the health bars, they are doing okay. These Medevacs are very low in health. Some of them have energy, and it looks like Strelok is just letting his SCVs being taken down. He's not. Strelok needs to move these SCVs out of the base of Strelok. I hope that these players are playing in a tournament, are being serious, and aren't trying to just kind of fool around. A lot of SCVs went down there. It looks like it's almost even. That push did amazing. Mana certainly knows how to. Certainly knows his timings. A very low tech for Mana has just kind of stalkers and Zealots. And I'm just going to take a little bit of sip of tea before I continue. This is a long game, and I need to rest my voice. That warm tea was very soothing, and this factory is going to be shot down. So it looks like the APM for both players is about 150, and Strelok is thinking about doing a drop. That's not very good for you. The natural for Mana is back up, and Strelok has some SCVs which are doing absolutely nothing right there. I don't know what that means, but we're just going to observe and see what's going on. Okay, now they're getting back to work, and this is going to be the A drop with a lot of Marines and Marauders, and what damage will it do? Will it take out this robot facility? But these Zealots are ready for it. These Zealots are ready, and they're going to take down just a lot of Zealots with charge, and they have to run away. Be very careful. The feedback on the Medevacs! One was taken out. The Marauder's not allowed to run away, and it looks like the Stalkers are being clumped up with the Zealots. Looks like 2 Medivacs were taken out. Thank you, Feedback. Such a great spell. People love their Colossi, but I love Templar because of Feedback. That is my personal preference, but Colossi are really good. But they're very vulnerable against Vikings. Oh, there's a lot happening in this game, and I thought for sure Mana was going to lose. I have no idea how he's come back in this game. Looks like the food count is favoring Mana right now, and Mana, you are a crazy dog. That's why I love you so much. That's why I'm casting Mana's games, because he made it to the finals in the DreamHack tournament. He is amazing Protoss, and you can learn a lot from him. I think even though we have no upgrades whatsoever for Mana, let's look at the upgrades for no upgrades for either player. A +1 attack is on the way. Looks like Mana is rebuilding his Colossus numbers. I want to see what the production. If we look in the production, he hasn't researched Blink. He's been making so many Zealots, but Blink could help, especially against Medivacs, and looks like these probes are doing well. Looks like we have, I'd say the gold is about half mined out, and meanwhile this is kind of a fresh expansion. So meanwhile in Strelok space, his gold is mined out, and his natural is almost mined out. His main is almost completely mined out, and it looks like Ghost with no cloak and no nukes. But the command center is moving up to try and take this island expansion. Meanwhile, it looks like Strelok is just macroing up. He's building a forge now, hopefully getting some upgrades, and Colossus is out. There wasn't a counter here. We're going to have to go back and see that. Thankfully, this is not live. Looks like we have a Templar trying to do some magic. And it does one storm. It does sacrifice his life for ire, and all of these Marines and Marauders will have full health, but the Medivacs do lose some health there. I don't know if I like that play. I kind of didn't really kill anyone, and it just kind of exhausted I would rather exhaust the Medivac energy with a Feedback personally, but I am not better than Mana by any means. That's just another idea for you to try and assimilate. It looks like we have a 4th down for Mana, and this is an even game. Bricks. Oh, I thought the game was over, and Mana just came back with a miracle comeback. Supply depot hanging out here. Let's just look over the base during the lull of these players. It looks like nothing special going on. A planetary fortress and a scouting marine. Lots of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barracks, 6 barracks, 2 starports. Some of you Terran players might be interested. No factories, because his factory was floating for a long time. Oh, here's the factory pumping out siege tanks. 2 factories pumping out siege tanks. So Strelok is now going to position his siege tanks. Probably try and do a. He's now transitioning from Marines, Marauders, Medivac, Vikings into siege tanks. So. But we do have a 4th down for Mana. Let's look in the base of Mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways and 1 robo facility. It looks like only 1 robo facility. 7, 8 gateways. Okay, 8 gateways. That makes sense. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8 gateways and 1 robo facility. So that is a lot of Zealots and lots of Templar. You need lots of gateways because Templar are gateway units. So if you want to build Templar, Zealots, Stalkers, you really do need a lot of gateways. And this pylon is going to finish and allow reinforcements to come in if Mana decides to push. And I just need to take another sip of my tea. Mana's timing is impeccable because the 5th is going down for Strelok. Mana is got to go and make something happen. I don't know how he knew about that. Did he have an observer? Does he have a 6th sense? I don't know. Siege tanks are making themselves known to the Zealots. Zealots are taking the first damage, and it looks like an incredible encounter here. All Marauders and Marines being stemmed here, but Storm going down, and Colossus in the back, which are being shot down, but the Vikings are getting some critical shots off first. They are gonna, with the range 9, are gonna do a lot of damage, but lots of Templar getting stormed, but Storm going down anyway. There's so many Templar, more stim going down for the big ball of Marines and Marauders here, and it doesn't look like Mana can hold. It looks like Mana's Templar were fragile to the Ghost, and he didn't have enough Templar. Lots of Medivacs healing those Marines and Marauders anyway, and the Vikings just so good against Colossus. Mana lost his whole army. If we look at the army count, it is 150 versus 86. Mana is in huge trouble right now. That was a failed push. And I think that, gosh, that was so many Marines and Marauders and so many Medivacs it's just... You know, Colossus and Templar are designed to kill Marines and Marauders, but there just weren't enough Colossus, and there were too many Vikings, and there weren't enough Templars, and they were getting EMP'd. I'm worried about Mana right now. I don't know how he's going to come back. He needs to switch his game plan around. I think. I don't know. Maybe just get masses of. I don't know. Maybe do some harassment here with a warp prism. You know, just build 2 or 3 warp prisms and just warping Zealots all around. because right now the problem is Strelok is going to just be on 5th base, and he's going to become a fat Terran with as many bases as he wants, protecting them with these siege tanks. One thing I love about this is that the siege tanks can be here guarding this area, and they guard all 5 expansions. So that's amazing if they spawn in these positions. Now, of course, if the siege tanks are here, like I think those siege tanks played a really big Mana lost that battle kind of because of the siege tanks, you know, and if Mana right now decides to do some Warp Prism harassment, then, you know, those siege tanks kind of nullifies their staple on this position right here. But it looks like Mana is just going to stay with his Zealot Templar heavy army, and the gold is now mined out, but the 4th is up for Mana. Strelok not being aggressive at all. I think he knows he has the advantage, and he is maxed out at 200. Let's go in the production tab. We do have +1 vehicle weapons, and not a lot going on right now. I feel like it's just going to be the slow Strelok moving out, but I don't think I'm going to say that I don't think this is going to be the game-ending push, because he just wants to be methodical with these tanks. He doesn't want to rush in. He knows he can, if he loses them, it would be very bad. A storm going down, hitting some of the medevacs, and Marauders now getting softened. Marauders stimming. Yeah, they are taking a lot of damage. A lot of storms going down. And where are the Vikings? The Vikings are not there. Where are the Vikings? You need your Vikings. They need to be where the Colossus are. And the Colossus are now taking free reign on the tanks and the Marauders. Marauders softened up and falling like butter to the sword slice laser beam lightsaber attack of the Colossus. Oh, and now it's back. Oh, if you look at the army count, it is now almost even. Where were the Vikings? There they are. Oh my God. Oh, if the Vikings were in that battle, that completely would have changed things. And Mana is a brilliant man. Incredible at defending. He just knew. Gosh, I had to say that when he attacked, he did so poorly, but when he defended, he did so well. I don't know. I don't actually really know why. This is now shaping up to be an exciting game. I thought it was over, but no, Mana now taking a 5th as well. Please, Mana, build a Warp Prism so you can take your 6th expansion and do some harassment. I am a big fan of using Warp Prisms because they do get your enemy's army. Imagine if anyway, I'm not going to go on about that because Mana is doing an exceptional job, and these Zealots, which are here for some reason, are going to be picked off, and it doesn't look like they're going to sacrifice their lives to take out one Marauder. No, this Marauder down to 1 HP. Oh, F you, Marauder, if you didn't have that +1 infantry. Let's look at the production tab. It looks like we do have ground weapons level 3 for Mana coming down, a Colossus and a Probe.